on a couch.
Yeah, you can come sit on the couch.
Uh-oh, I gotta be quiet now.
Save up and get your couch.
On a couch.
All right. So let's call this meeting to order at 15:08. Attendance, we have Art Searle, Crystal Leonard, Lisa Borges, Joe Caparco, and myself. Maybe some more people come in. We have a few more, yes. I did move the open forum further down to try and get through the new business quickly. So let's just get right to it. First new item of new business is the senior high school building use form. Art, you had asked me to put this on for you.
Yeah, so can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so probably a couple months ago, Chris Anthony came to me and said, hey, I forgot who it was, wants to take what we've done with the senior high building use form thing and wants to make it go district-wide so all the other buildings can have something that's similar. And I'll just throw out that was, so the backstory on that is that probably in 2014 or 15, Chris Anthony and I got bored and we just started hacking around with a spreadsheet because there was a comfortable place to go. And there's a whole bunch of spaghetti code running a tool that the district uses to reserve junior and senior high school building and grounds facilities. And it kind of evolved and you know, every week Chris would say, hey, can we make it do this? Can we make it do this? And we did. But it's a big pile of spaghetti code running on a spreadsheet that doesn't. Hang on, my giant dog here is outside. That wasn't me, that was him. All right, out. Anyway, it's a large spreadsheet that is doing a task for which it wasn't really designed. And so when he approached me and asked me if we could, you know, spool this up, I started thinking about all of the spaghetti code behind the Google scripts that make it work, and wanted to have this conversation and wonder if it isn't a better time or a good time to evolve it into, I don't know if there's a platform or a tool that can do the same thing, or if it's time to start using Google Calendar with its room reservations. And I wanted to throw that out there. Not particularly enthused with studying the workflows, and by the workflows I mean like the chain of command and who has to approve it and who gets notification and who's in charge of the microphone setup if somebody's requesting AV equipment, to do that district-wide for all of the different schools. I don't know, is there another tool set that you might have in mind, or that would make that happen or facilitate that?
So I know a little bit of the backstory behind that. I know since Tish Ruizzo took over as Director of Administration, she is looking to streamline, go paperless, you know, get as much stuff automated as possible, because we all recognize that there's way more work than any people that we can hire can do, and we don't have money to hire more people. So she's investigating everything we can do to save time. Like I implemented online free and reduced lunch applications recently. We're looking at online student enrollment, anything we can do to streamline. I got a quote for facilities department to use Incident IQ with the facilities module to get rid of the paper service requests. So, you know, I know that's where that came from, and Chris was really quick to throw you under the bus and say, oh, we can probably do something. And I was thinking to myself, I bet Art's going to have something to say about that. But we should probably see what's out there. Maybe there's some part of Incident IQ that could do that, or maybe there's another tool that we already have that we could just expand on. Can you talk to who those requests come from? Like, do most of them come from people who work here, or are there a lot of outside organizations, or? Art, you're muted.
Predominantly, the requests come from people in the building and in the district. But there are also a fair number of requests from families, members and organizations that are part of the community, but not necessarily EWG users, for
Right.
example.
Okay.
So, and we communicate with them too, through email. The scripts will say, hey, your event was approved, or it wasn't approved, and so forth.
Here's why. And that all happens through email.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I'll put that on my list of things to investigate, because Google Forms / Sheets is probably not the right tool for this size job. It wasn't the right tool for what you were doing, but you were having fun playing with it. And
Oh, yeah, and then also the reservation process itself, from the point of view of a user, it's a lengthy form. It asks lots and lots of questions. There aren't provisions for, or are not good provisions for, you know, having an event that repeats every Monday afternoon, for example. So it's, and it would be beyond, I think, the scope of the product to do that.
And this is primarily for using facilities outside of school hours, right? It's not for signing up to use the auditorium at lunch or whatever.
Any time of the day. So because it would happen that way too. If you wanted to reserve the auditorium to hold a mini assembly, for example, you need to make sure it's not being used by band for, you know, concert rehearsal or something like that.
Okay. I will add that to my list.
Just to add to that, being able to easily find that form would be another wonderful thing. Because I just was looking for it, and I found it in an old email from Chris Anthony, about 5 years old, that said facilities use form. Because I did search the website, and I'm not quite sure where it resides, but I eventually found it. So it would be nice to have that streamlined so we could find it.
I know there's a link there somewhere. I just don't remember where.
Yeah, me neither.
I remember typing it in. I just don't remember where I put it.
Yeah.
All right. So building use form. What's Technology Excellence Award. This is something that I'd really like to do again, but I'll be honest with you, I just don't have the capacity to do a lot of what I was doing even 6 years ago when I started. What we do has completely blown up. A lot more systems. We've got more devices than we've ever had. Cybersecurity has become a quarter of my job, and it wasn't even something you really thought about beyond setting the firewall rules when I first started. So I don't have the capacity to build the forms, send them out, remember to follow up. So I'm looking for some volunteers to spearhead that, you know, like a subcommittee or a team, strike team to deal with it. I'd really like to see us select a Technology Excellence Award winner, or two more, you know, however we want to do that. I know Jim really likes giving out the award, and I really liked having it, but I just don't have time to do it. So I'll put that out there, and we'll see if anybody raises their hand to volunteer to lead that.
Is it just a matter of making a form, passing it out to the schools, getting nominations, and sorting through the data?
Yes.
And it's done yearly?
So we would be looking to get the nominations in by the end of the year so we could pick for the all staff meeting on the first day of school.
I can take on developing a form and disseminating it to the schools. I think I have email access to message the
Oh.
other schools. If not, I might have to give that to you. You know,
Okay.
so I know I can address junior, senior. I'm not sure if I sent something out to all Metcalf or all, Lynham, it's gonna go because I'm not a member of their
I
group,
can make you
an all staff type thing.
manager of all, which would let you use the all group.
All right. Yeah, I can put something, do you have what you've done before as a form or anything you can?
I'm
shoot
sure
my
I
way?
do.
All right, if you shoot my way, just so I have a base. If not, I can come up with something, but
This needs to be updated and maybe
yeah,
wordsmithed a little, because I tend to be really blunt.
that's fine.
So I will put that in my notes too.
Not quite as loquacious as Cyril, but I'll try.
And then when I do decide that I'm gonna write a note, I go a little overboard and it takes all day. Any questions or concerns about that? Okay, next thing on the list is staff training. And when I put this in, I was thinking cybersecurity training. So we need to do some cybersecurity training. And I was looking at KnowBe4, really expensive for what they are offering. It's like $6,000 a year. And I feel like there's other things we could put $6,000 a year towards that isn't online training. I mean, we're a school district, we should know how to do this. So then I was looking for a justification to go over budget to get Edpuzzle. And I said, I've never actually played with this. So I created some cybersecurity training on Edpuzzle. And it seems to work pretty well. I shared it with Art, I shared it with Tish, I shared it with Joe and the other people down here in tech. And I don't know that you had a chance to do it yet, Art. You said that you were busy, but
Sorry.
I'd like to share it with the rest of the tech committee so you guys could check it. I think I only did 2 or 3.
I went through, I think, at least 2 of the modules.
What happened?
I think I went through at least 2 of the modules.
Okay. Do you feel like that would be too much to ask staff members to do one of those every other month or something?
No, it should be mandatory. It's,
Well, we can make it mandatory because it's security training.
yeah, it's, I thought the content was relevant. You can't imagine, it's not going to only help people with school accounts and security there, but it's going to help them in their personal dealings too. Sorely needed.
I'll attest to that. After I took it, I got, see, Jeremy will tell you, I got so paranoid. On my personal, I was using the same password on over 200 accounts. I was like, holy crap.